Invincible's suits aren't just costumes. They tell his story. Let's take a look at how his look evolved from homemade to emperor. Prototype suit. The prototype suit was Invincible's first costume, a homemade outfit created before he had even chosen a superhero name. At this stage, he was just an anonymous vigilante patrolling the streets in a do-it-yourself outfit. Once he discovered his powers, he began wearing the suit, a simple yet striking ensemble of bold colors for his early heroics, including his first fight against Titan. The outfit consisted of an orange long-sleeve shirt, blue pants with yellow stripes down the sides, a yellow CCHF-style mask with goggles covering his eyes and nose, and yellow gloves. The design was straightforward and classic, evoking a timeless superhero aesthetic with a touch of amateur charm. Its bold colors and simple design gave off a classic superhero vibe, reminiscent of a DIY Halloween costume or cosplay. Despite its humble origins, it became an essential part of Invincible's early journey, representing his first steps into the world of heroism. Bulletproof Suit. After Omni-Man witnessed Mark's battle with Titan, he took his son to Art Rosenbaum's tailor shop to find a suitable superhero costume. At the shop, Mark was presented with a prototype suit featuring disc plates designed to absorb kinetic energy. However, Mark thought the colors, a loud orange and yellow, were too flashy, and he wasn't fond of the disc design. He did, however, like the goggles. Interestingly, this suit was one of the original concept designs for Invincible created by Corey Walker, before Robert Kirkman finalized the character. Omni-Man also wasn't impressed with the design. Eventually, the rejected suit was given to Zandale Randolph, who became the superhero known as Bulletproof. Randolph later wore a modified version of the Invincible costume when working for Mark and Eve's superhero security company. Original suit. After rejecting the Bulletproof suit, Mark wanted something more iconic. Art explained that for a truly iconic suit, Mark needed a name. Mark was unsure at first, but later, during a conversation with Omni-Man, his father remarked that while most kids think they're invincible, Mark actually was. The word struck a chord, and Mark knew it was the perfect superhero name. In the comics, it was Mark's school principal who inspired the name by ironically stating that Mark is not invincible. Excited, Mark rushed back to Art's shop with his new identity. Mark's original suit featured a yellow mask with goggles to protect his eyes while flying. Yellow extended down the center of the suit in an inverted triangle, with blue accents forming an M shape across the shoulders. The rest of the suit was black, complemented by yellow fingerless gloves and blue boots. His first fight wearing this costume was against Kill Cannon in the show, and against a group of robbers in the comic. The suit perfectly captured his youthful energy and identity. Although he eventually switched to a blue and black version, he returned to the original after traumatic events like the Invincible War and his battle with Conquest, believing the black and blue suit to be cursed. Art continued refining the design by simplifying knee pads and gloves, giving the suit a cleaner, more iconic look. For Mark, returning to the original suit symbolized a return to his true self. Blue and black suit, the serious suit. The blue and black suit marked a significant shift in Invincible's appearance during Season 3. This version retained similarities to the original design, but featured a darker color scheme. Blue and black with white accented goggles and black boots. Knee pads were removed, and the suit was streamlined into a tunic-style top instead of a full bodysuit. This version became iconic during major events like the Invincible War and Mark's brutal fight with Conquest. The suit's sleek, commanding look matched the darker tone of the events it was associated with. However, Mark eventually returned to his classic yellow and blue suit after reflecting on the turmoil he endured while wearing the darker outfit. He felt the blue and black suit was amplifying his anger and clouding his judgment, even leading him to kill. It came to symbolize destruction and emotional chaos. Though he reverted to his original look, the serious suit would occasionally reappear, forever tied to some of the darkest moments in Mark's journey. Coalition Uniform Suit. The Coalition of Planets uniform served more as a standardized outfit than a superhero costume. It was worn by Mark, his brother Oliver, and Omni-Man after they left Earth for Talisa, the Coalition's base. The design featured a sleek blue and gray color scheme with a white emblem on the chest, displaying the Coalition's logo and initials, COP. The uniform had a cowl collar, 3/4 sleeves, a deep blue cape, and matching boots. Mark first wore the suit after accepting a job as a coalition spy, his main source of income while living off-world. Initially hesitant, he eventually accepted, and went on his first mission in this uniform to investigate the aftermath of the battle between Thrag and Battle Beast alongside Oliver. Eventually, Mark returned to his classic original suit after the reboot arc. Viltrumite Emperor Suits. Mark wore the Viltrumite Emperor suit after becoming the leader of the surviving Viltrumites, transitioning from superhero to galactic ruler. There are 3 known variations of this attire. Traditional Emperor uniform. This version is worn by all Viltrumite Emperors with minor customizations. It features a vibrant red cloak and chest stripes with gray lower garments. White fur lines the collar and cuffs, and the Viltrumite symbol sits proudly on the chest. A dramatic red cape completes the regal look. New Era Emperor Suit Mark later adopted a redesigned Emperor outfit, reflecting a new chapter in Viltrumite history. This version uses a blue, gold, and white palette. A long, flowing robe with a high collar, a golden sash, and blue inner layers with white outer robes. It marked his evolution from earthbound hero to a ruler capable of uniting, or pacifying, entire races and ending the coalition of planets. Final Emperor Suit. As the Empire evolved under Mark's rule, so did its fashion. The final design replaced the traditional white Viltrumite uniform with one that matched Mark's new colors, blue, yellow, and white. A subtle nod to his superhero origins and the balance he tried to maintain between justice and power.